Last time we celebrated the victory of Savitri over death. We will go quickly through the last few sentences of the previous canto and then take up the next book, book 11. He called to night, but she fell shuddering back. He called to hell, but suddenly it retired. He turned to the inconscient for support from which he was born, his vast sustaining self. It drew him back towards boundless vacancy, as if by himself to swallow up himself. He called to his strength, but it refused his call. Now he called to night to take refuge in the night. Had night given the refuge to him, it means that he could have come out again. He could have come out again. But she fell back suddenly. He called to hell, the same thing. He wants to take refuge in the hell. Had hell given him the refuge, he would have re-emerged. You see. He turned to the inconscient. Again, same thing. Had inconscient given him the refuge, he would have emerged once more. Like the hydra-headed monster, the mother speaks in her prayers and meditations. You kill one, again it comes, it can come. It would have happened again and again. You see. It drew him back towards boundless vacancy, as if by himself to swallow up himself. He called to his strength, but it refused his call. So all these things indicate really that whatever support he was getting from various sources, night or hell or inconscience or his own strength, had they given him the refuge, he would have re-emerged. That would not serve the purpose of Savitri. That would not be really the victory of Savitri at all. You see. She would not have really abolished death as such. His body was eaten by light, his spirit devoured. Now, here both the things are there, body and spirit. Body was eaten by light, so it is not there at all now for him to take form again. The mother tells the trick in meditation of fear. She says that it is the formation which you have to dissolve. It is the formation which is dissolved, you see. The formation here is the body is the formation. The spirit has to disappear completely, you see. Then only it is gone. Otherwise it can re-emerge, reappear, you see. His body was eaten by light, his spirit devoured. Devoured by whom? Body, of course, eaten by light, all right, but spirit devoured by whom? By the void. By the void. So when he saw that he is not getting any support, he cannot take refuge anywhere, then he knew defeat inevitable. So that much sense he has, you see, that on whatever he was standing, that is not providing him the refuge, the support required. And therefore, now gone, finished, I am no more there at all. At last he knew defeat inevitable and left crumbling the shape that he had worn. He had put on a certain shape and presented himself in that shape to Savitri. Now it is that shape which has gone away. The form has been now dissolved and left crumbling the shape that he had worn, abandoning hope to make man's soul his prey, and forced to be mortal, the immortal spirit. So now there is no question of the immortal spirit becoming mortal under his sway, under his command, under his power, under his sovereignty. That is all gone now. He lost all the hopes now, finished. Afar he fled, shunning her dreaded touch. It's a very difficult line. Afar he fled, shunning her dreaded touch. He fled. His body is eaten by light. His spirit is devoured. Then what is this he? What is this he? Afar he fled, shunning her dreaded touch, and refuge took in the retreating night. So that gives a clue also. See, his body is no more there, that form has gone away, his spirit is no more there also, but he is still there. He is still there, and he is afraid of her touch, dreaded her touch, and therefore takes refuge in the retreating night. Although his body is gone, his spirit is devoured, he is still there, and he is now taking refuge in the retreating night. Night itself is retreating because of her presence. Now, where is this night retreating? Into what this night is retreating?
In conscience?
In conscience, no. In conscience is something. It can again emerge. You see, it's not in conscience. It is deeper than that. In conscience is a product of something. So the source from which inconscience has come, it is from that night has come. Inconscience is a great advance, great progress from the void, from nothingness, from shunya. From inconscience coming matter is another great evolutionary progress. That out of nothing inconscience can appear is a tremendous progress. I mean, we condemn, but already you go now deeper down, and out of nothing something should appear. Isn't that something miraculous, something wonderful, something very remarkable? It is, you see. Inconscience is therefore a product of something deeper. So the night is now retreating into the void itself, into the nothing. Yes.
Can you give us a clear explanation between the difference between void and night and inconscience?
They are different stages of growth.
So,
they are different stages of growth. So what this would really mean is, first there is a void, then there is a night, then there is inconscience.
the void before.
Yes.
Night and inconscience.
Yes.
Okay.
So when he is now going back to the night, and night is retreating, it means that along with him, night is disappearing into the void.
To the void. Okay. Now it's clear.
Retreating otherwise where? In the dream twilight of that symbol world, the dire universal shadow disappeared, vanishing into the void from which it came. Vanishing into the void. His birth is from the void. He has disappeared into that void. Now it is from there that he cannot come out now. See, as I said earlier, had it been from inconscience, from night, from hell, he could have re-emerged. But now he has gone back into the void, everything is taken back. Void means taken back, then how can he come? So, when we say that Savitri has won victory over death, one victory over death means what? Is death killed? Is death destroyed? No. He is an immortal. He cannot be. Death, the form, the power which is there, it is that which can be dissolved. She has not really killed him. The thing which is there, it is that which is dissolved. It has gone back into the void. In other words, death is still staying in the void. And because it is in the void, it cannot emerge. Vanishing into the void from it. So that is her victory. She has pushed him back from the place where from he had come, the void. Now she has to deal with the void, so to say. But in the process of, so to say, defeating death in this way, Savitri has cut a door into the void to enter the transcendental realm.
So after the void comes the transcendental.
Yeah, that's what she has done now. She has gone through the transcendental, through the void, following death. That is the most miraculous thing Savitri has done. This is the void, this is our creation, behind this void is the transcendent. It is never possible for us to go like that. It is a kind of a black hole. But now that that worm is created between this and this, so to say, Savitri has cut a door to enter into the transcendent through the void.
That did not exist before.
Huh?
That did not exist before.
It never existed at all. This is her unique victory.
So the Savitri, either you have the Satchitananda or you have the void on that side.
Satchitananda, she has taken human birth, etc., mortal birth, she is here. Now she is going back into the transcendent or Satchitananda through the void.
Okay, but when the unmanifest gets manifest, and the first thing is the transcendental.
Yeah.
So the transcendental has then
The cosmic
Satchitananda or the void.
No, transcendental, then the cosmic creation is there, then behind the cosmic creation, the inconscience, behind that is the void. Now it is true, it means the evolution has been like this, and what we as evolutionary being do is from here we go like that.
Yeah.
We go like this. But what she has now done is, from here she has gone straight into the transcendent, Satchitananda.
But that means from the transcendental Satchitananda, there is also one branch which goes into the void, also from there. Not only our evolution, but also right there.
No, we cannot go like this at all. We have never gone.
But it is there.
She has created that possibility by removing death.
She has created that possibility.
But also the Satchitananda can be like this.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another thing.
And you can go there.
Yeah, because in the beginning it said the void was created. First thing that the unmanifest, let's say, is putting itself out into the void by completely reversing. So that's the first thing what happened.
No, the way in which I visualize is in the process of involution. What is happening for involution? What is happening is we start from the inconscious and climb up, and then go to the transcendent. That is our path, sunlit path, or what you want to call it, you see. In fact, that is what the Upanishadic rishis say. When they leave this mortal world and live in the transcendent, they say that they have put a door to the sun. Suryasya dvara. The door of the sun. They go to the supramental world through the door of the sun. That is how you go, climb up, and then enter heaven to the door of the sun. Here the supermind and re-supermind, and then you go to Satchidananda. So that is how you cut the door through the sun to reach the supermind. But what Savitri has done is now, Savitri has cut a door to reach the supermind or the transcendent through the void. That is something absolutely remarkable. So, if the Upanishadic phrase is Suryasya dvaraha, Surya means sun, dvara means door, the door of the sun. We can say Savitri has created Shunyasya dvaraha. Shunya means zero, void. She has cut a door through Shunya, through the void, and then she is now reaching the transcendent. See, after all, what is void? It is also the part of the absolute, of the manifestation, of the supreme. The void is not something coming from elsewhere. So, for Savitri now, she has gone like this, not like this. So that is the most unique thing she has done, to cut the door to the void and then enter into the everlasting day. She is reaching the everlasting day this way, vanishing. So this void has now become something very remarkable for her. Okay, you have given me a path now to go like this, you see. Until now she could not do, and of course nobody else could do, because, so to say, death was guarding the door of the void.
He knew that. He knew there is a door.
Huh?
Death knew there is a door.
Death was guarding the door. You could go through the void to the Supreme.
He knew. Death knew.
Yes.
Death knew.
Yes.
Oh.
He was guarding it there. He was there standing. But now Savitri has done such a way that he has to retreat, gone, vanish. So what she sees now is actually death in its true form. Who has taken that form after all? It is Supreme Himself who has taken that form for a certain creative purpose. So she has reached that way, the Supreme. Yes, suffering is there, pain is there, all these difficulties are there, but after all, they are the means to reach the Supreme. What we normally do is, suffering, etc., we transcend them and go like this. We don't cut through them and go. Vanishing into the void from which it came. So this is the passage she has now created, a new way. Shunyasya dvara, the door of Shunya, of void, she has cut. And then, of course, as if deprived of his original cause, the twilight realm passed fading from their soul. So all gone now. There is no question of twilight now, is it? And Satyavan and Savitri were alone. Because now death is not there now. Vanishing, he is vanished. Yet, in a way, so to say, his presence is there, occult aspect of his presence is there between them, between Satyavan and Savitri. But neither stirred. Between those figures rose a mute, invisible, and translucent wall. He is presenting himself now as if a kind of a translucent wall. In the long blank moments past, nothing could move. Long blank moment. Of course, blank obviously, because nothing can happen there. Satyavan is there on the other side, Savitri on this side, this is not there, nothing can happen, blank. As if the time has come to stand still, stopped everything. Long, although time has stopped, yet it is long, because time has stopped. It is not possible to measure now the duration, time is not there. Moments passed, nothing could move. All waited on the unknown, inscrutable will. All is not only Satyavan and Savitri. He says all, he doesn't say they. All waited on the unknown, inscrutable will. So, has Savitri really won the victory? No. Has Savitri really won the victory?
One step, yes.
One
step.
One step. Yeah, but I don't care about 1 step or 2 steps.
No, but she opened the door.
She has opened the door, all
Yeah,
right.
so
She has
it's
opened,
already-
but see, exactly, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Therefore, I am trying to connect this thing with the mother's work of transformation. Lord, whatever you will, succor to her. All, she has done everything, whatever. Finally, it is that which has to really happen. So, who is going to win the victory? Who is going to win the victory? It's not Savitri. The victory is going to be won by the inscrutable will. The victory will be won by the inscrutable will. When the mother says, whatever you will, Lord, whatever you wish, whatever you want, it is His victory. It is His job. So the victory or the defeat or whatever you want to call it, it is finally His. Then what is Savitri's role?
The avatar role. Of course, we know this is the supreme will, but Savitri, she is the avatar, that's all. She
No,
came for
okay.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the will, the supreme work through Savitri, no?
No. See, if everything has to be done by God, ultimately everything is in His will, then what are we there for?
Instrument. Yeah. So,
Our role is basically to be His true instruments to execute His will.
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. That is what Savitri is. That is what the mother is. When mother is talking about the transformation, actually she is a complete, perfect instrument for the will of the Lord to be executed. So that perfection, that is her achievement. Now what the will is going to do with that instrument, that is not her concern. It is not her concern. So that is what we have to do. We have to be really perfect instruments for the will to operate in us or through us. Through us. That is our sadhana. See, it does not mean that we have nothing to do. If God is going to will everything, then what are we here for? That is the wrong argument. That is the tamasic argument. The argument of negativism. That doesn't work at all. We had to do things. Ultimately, this is His will. Therefore, in the blank, long moment, see, it means also that all waited on the unknown, inscrutable will. All waited, it means that all are perfect instruments for the operation of that inscrutable will. Here, of course, all stands for Satyavan and Savitri and the translucent wall also. Translucent wall also. You all seen there, Death, who has been devoured by the void, vanishing into the void. He is there in the void. So they are all, the void, that death innate, Savitri, Satyavan, they are all waiting for the inscrutable will. So this is basically the most crucial event in the process of a new manifestation. In the process of new manifestation. Yes, now we are ready. And what is going to happen due to this inscrutable will? Well, this word inscrutable, we cannot understand at all. You see, in the Book of Fate, when Narad announces the death of Satyavan 1 year after the marriage, and Savitri remains firm in the resolve, nothing doing. I have chosen and this is done. This is what she maintains all along. I have chosen and this is done. Then Savitri's mother goes into tantrums. And she says, this thing, is it your God who has created this silly world and all that kind of a thing, you see? Passionate like sorrow, she keeps on arguing. And then she says, what is the inscrutable power behind that I don't know. She speaks of the inscrutable power. Now here the inscrutable will, which has to decide what to happen. But the inscrutable will can do this, can do this, can do this, can do this, can do 1,000 things. Because everything is possible. Everything is possible for the inscrutable. What will be chosen by the inscrutable will, that will depend upon what Savitri is going to assert. What Savitri is going to assert.
She asserts already, no?
Huh?
She didn't assert yet?
No, not yet. It will come.
Because we know, okay. Because we know that what she asserts. But
We have got another 1500 lines to go. So that inscrutable will has many possibilities. You cannot limit the possibilities of the inscrutable will. Out of those possibilities, which possibility will emerge will depend upon what Savitri is going to assert.
But the fact that the death was...
Death is now gone. Death you keep aside now.
Yeah, but
He's no more there now.
it means we know what she choose.
No.
Okay, 1 minute. For me, this last line show us this is the step of to go into the supramental, because we conquered the death and now we are in the immortality.
No, no, now death is no more there at all. Death has, the presence of death meant a certain way you are doing things.
Okay.
Certain way you are doing things. In a way, death was limiting the inscrutable will in a certain definite manner.
Only like this. Not.
The presence of death would mean he was limiting the possibilities of the inscrutable will in a certain manner. It will happen like this, like this, like this, like this, etc.
Only this, it means.
This is what it would mean.
It doesn't mean we are already here. In
Now that death is no more there, all the possibilities have opened out.
Yeah, but there is one obvious possibility that there is no more death. We cannot go back. You said.
No. Now, what is going to happen, nobody knows. See, all death himself, the translucent wall, Satyavan, Savitri, the entire creation is waiting now for the inscrutable will's choice.
Okay, but can I repeat?
Yes.
You said yourself the death cannot come back anymore.
No.
So we are no more in the death life.
No.
So
Yeah, but then,
the immortal life.
no, it's not, now we are talking in the context of Satyavan and Savitri.
I know, but I mean she cannot choose to go back to the death life.
No, you see, it is for her to decide. It is for the inscrutable will. We can't restrict him. If she wants it through that, it will happen that way also.
Really?
Yes, why not?
But you said the destiny he cannot come back at all.
What she wants is, look, her inscrutable will. See, I mean, the inscrutable will means the Supreme has many possibilities of willing. That is the first proposition. Now, out of those possibilities of willing, which possibility will be pursued? That is determined by what Savitri is going to affirm. You see, that's the whole beauty. The inscrutable will, the inscrutable will does not mean that I don't have a will. Savitri has now identified herself so much with the Supreme Will that she can exercise her own individual choice, her own will. That is the greatness of Savitri. And then later on, Supreme, yes, you want like that? Let it happen this way, this way, this way. You want light divine upon earth? Okay, so and so, so and so. She could have willed something else also, possibly. She could have willed, you see. I mean, for instance, I mean, just for the sake of, as a kind of a joke, okay, you want light divine upon earth. All right, it is granted, the Supreme says. And the story ends there. Savitri could have said, no, I don't want life divine upon earth. I want earth to be lifted to heaven. She could have said many other things like that, you see. She is asserting whatever is there, she is asserting for the sake of the soul of the earth, for the soul of man.
The last chapter we read now,
Yeah.
there is many paragraphs
Yeah.
where we find Savitri asserting. She asserts, she choose already.
She choose. Choose.
She choose already.
And then she says, thy Lord, thy peace, Lord, thy will, etc. She chooses like that. Yeah.
So
We will come to
you
that.
think she will change her mind
We
now?
will come to that. Yeah, we will come to that. He is offering something, and you see, that's the whole beauty. In fact, we are kind of anticipating some of those passages. Basically, the greatness of the individual who has realized his Supreme Self is to have his own individual will, his true truth will. That is his great realization possible. When that truth will is supported by the Supreme Will, then his path becomes the divine path. It happened, in fact there are only two instances where the individual will, so to say, refuses to accept what the Supreme himself offers. The Supreme is offering this or this or this. He says, no, no, no. Only two instances are there. Most of the time what we say, Lord, you want it to be so, let me accept it. I am not really exercising then my will. I am not really exercising my will at all then. You see. I had to really prepare myself to be a true individual, to exercise my own personal individual truth will. Then only I have become a true individual. You see, we'll do that thing when we come to Book 3, Canto 4, the vision and the boon. Ashwapati is approaching the Divine Mother. She knows why he's coming and all that kind of a thing. And she says, Mr. Ashwapati, Monsieur Ashwapati, you are in a hurry. Time will take care of everything. Don't hasten things. It could be disastrous. It is not very advisable for you to rush through things. I know what you want. You want welfare of the world and all that kind of a thing. I know that. But don't push things too hard, too fast. The world will not be able to bear it. She advises him. And she gives a very sober advice to him. She says, all right, in the meanwhile, what you can do is, you can go back to earth and do work to promote what you are desiring to do, you see. One shall descend. I grant you a boon, you go back and things will be done in proper course of time. This is what she says, you see. Then Ashwapati says, Madam, I refuse to accept what you are offering to me. He had the courage to say, sorry, I am not going to accept your advice. I am not going to accept your advice. You are talking of this and that. Don't keep on pressing only one bar of time that it will take care of itself. No, I want things to happen this way, this way, this way, this way. I want that you should take the mortal birth and come down to earth and take care of the problem of mortality. He asserts, in spite of her advice and all that kind of a thing, he had the courage, boldness, strength to assert what he wants. He says, I am sorry, I am not going to accept you. Your advice is not it's not a very good advice for me. What I want is, you must take human birth and do certain things yourself here by taking the mortal birth. The problem of mortality is deep, as if she does not understand it, but he wills it. And because he wills it, she grants it. So that is the will of the individual. And when that will has the fire of truth in it, then the divine accepts it, grants it. It does not mean that divine has changed mind. It does not mean that the Divine Mother she is advising him, okay, do this, and Ashwapati says, and he says, okay, I will do that thing. She is not changing her mind. She is not fickle-minded that way. She is accepting because what he is saying is a truth will, is a truth content in it. And every truth will has a possibility of getting promoted. It is important. It must get promoted. You want it like that? Okay, let it be so. This will. All these things are open, but you want it this way. Okay, we shall follow this now. Same thing, Ashwapati Savitri also. We will shortly see it. Savitri has cut the door through the void, Shunyasya Dwara. She has entered into the supreme realms. She is face to face with the Supreme, and the Supreme says, Savitri, you have done something wonderful. Nobody in the entire history of spirituality has done this kind of a thing. You have done it. You are most welcome. Come and stay here. Stay with your Satyavan in this marvelous world and be happy. Savitri says, I am sorry. Don't give me that kind of an offer. She has the courage to say, I am sorry. I don't want that kind of an advice at all, you see. Whatever I want, including my Satyavan, I want my Satyavan not for myself. I want my Satyavan for the soul of the earth. Give me that alone. The rest has no value for me at all. I want whatever I want is for the soul of the earth. So she has that courage, that strength, that boldness, that yogic power to assert her own truth will. It does not mean that the Supreme got defeated by Savitri's argument. The Supreme has allowed, all right, that possibility has been opened out, okay, pursue that possibility. If this possibility opens out, this will be pursued. If all these things are based on the truth will. So our thing is, therefore, in fact, that is what we are here for. Our sadhana is for what? We have to establish our own truth will, our own possibility of manifesting the divine truth which is there in us. Each one has his own individual truth. And we have to bring that individual truth fully into operation and express it in the manifestation. That is what and it is for that purpose the mother's post is there. Mother will do means what? She is not going to, she will do that. You see. Mother's work is that. You see. You have to build up your own strength, your own yogic courage, your own yogic power to hold what she is going to give to you. So all waited. We are not really even prepared for that thing. So there is no question of waiting for us. See, we have to prepare. We have to prepare ourselves. See, all waited of the unknown, inscrutable will.
We spoke now. You spoke about the Savitri. She comes through the void to go.
She has entered into transcendence through the void.
Yes. And this made me think about Mark. He asked you a question by email a few days ago about mother. She said somewhere he read in I don't know any Barak it was I don't know that she spoke about a level of void before the supramantal. There is a void.
Is it? No, I am sorry, I missed it.
You missed it because he didn't receive any answer. So I am wondering if this.
Where is it?
This is Amalkiran, who wrote during a lesson. He said, he mentioned Mother, who says that between the overmind and supermind there is a night.
No, that is in the cosmic manifestation. It has nothing to do with the void. No, that is totally different. That is totally, in fact, that is in a way a very, very small matter compared with this. See, you imagine the entire transcendental coming down, 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 becoming void. In between, you have got the supermind, overmind, and the cosmic manifestation, down, 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 ultimately the void. Now, it is through this void, she is suddenly entering into the Supreme. So, there is no question of passing through the evolutionary grades there.
Stops going out.
She straightway entered now to the Supreme Realm. She straightway entered the Supreme Realm, you see.
But this is, it's me, I did the similarity. But maybe the Mark question, it was different, I don't know. Your question about this sentence, it was the same? No.
See, when I was talking about the Upanishadic phrase, Suryasya Dvaraha, Suryasya, the door of the sun, they are entered into the Satchidananda world passing through the door of the sun. It means that through overmind into supermind and then Satchidananda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overmind is a golden lid. That lid has been removed. You have gone now from overmind into supermind. Supermind is becoming the door now to enter into the transcendent, into Satchidananda. That is the, kind of established spiritual path of the advanced souls. So far, the Upanishadic path. You climb up the steps, go to overmind, cut through the golden lid, enter into supermind, and then the entire realm of Satchidananda opens out. So that is what they call the golden door or the Suryasya Dvara, the door of the sun. What I am saying is now Savitri, instead of going like this, is going straight like this.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah. So that's a totally different thing.
Yeah. But Mark, he asked.
His question is between here, in this small realm here only.
Yeah, I understand.
The cosmic manifestation, the transcendental part. Between them is a transition region. From overmind, you jump into supermind and then enter into the transcendent.
Can we say that out of the void, when Mother Savitri crossed the void through the Supreme, this Supreme, is it the unmanifested Supreme?
No, it's
Original
not,
Supreme?
no, this is not manifested Supreme, it is the Supreme itself, transcendental himself.
It transcends, yes.
See, instead of reaching like this, she is reaching like this.
Yes.
It does not mean that what she is reaching this way is different than what you would reach this way.
But is it in Sanskrit, Nirguna or Saguna Brahman? This original Supreme.
This is also original Supreme, yeah, that's right.
This is Nirguna.
So, original Supreme, you are going through the void here. Otherwise, you go by climbing up all the steps.
Yes.
All along, the spiritual path has been by climbing up all these steps of the ladder and then entering into the Supreme. But Savitri has now done something miraculous. She has made a kind of a shortcut to enter the Supreme. She has created a shortcut, you see.
Who else can take that shortcut?
Huh?
Who else except her can take that shortcut?
But it's a very difficult shortcut. Only Savitri can do it. Not
Only she can take it.
Yeah, she can. She alone can do it.
Nobody else.
She alone can do it because she is in a position to hold the power of the Supreme Divine Mother herself in her soul. She has prepared herself that she can hold the power of the Divine Mother, the Supreme Force in her soul. If you can do it, no problem.
Oh, I like to.
Surely, yeah. Why not? Yeah. If you are able to, if you can really hold, she had done her yogic tapasya, sadhana, what you want to call it, that she can hold the divine power in her soul. That is what the Kundalini is. The whole power is rushing down and she is able to hold it. And because that power, she can kind of push through like this. So that possibility is there. But the condition is that you should be able to hold the divine power in your soul. Difficult. That is a difficult thing. So, our problem is, our way, therefore, is of a different type. See, in a way, it is not even Ashwapati who could do it.
Of course not.
Ashwapati's tapasya, his work was basically to bring down the divine power upon earth to solve the problem of mortality. The rest is her job. The second half of the book is her job. First half is for him to bring down the divine power. Because it is she who is going to do it finally, executive power. So they were the eternal day. It is eternal day. Because the retreating night has vanished.
Yes.
And the void, whatever.